Oh my gosh, sorry. Okay, guys, ignore that. Just don't mind what that was. Welcome to the video. So I turned 18 less than a week ago, and from both of my businesses this month, before the end of November, it's like 3 days left, doesn't really matter. We've done over $75,000. And I'm basically going to distill you in liquid gold, all of the business lessons, all the experience, all of the coaching mentors, whatever I paid for, onto this here whiteboard, and you guys get to enjoy it for free. Take your notebook out, enjoy. It's not gonna be a hyper edited video, it's gonna be an entertaining one, a valuable one, and we have this fantastic view of the Hollywood Hills in the background. I feel like Batman, I feel like Tai Lopez. So we're gonna get right into it. The goal today is to get you to $10,000 a month, which is what we're gonna do. Okay, let me draw the one thing that's going to get you to $10,000 a month, okay? That's not a very good drawing, but you get what it is, okay? What does this look like? It's a brain, okay? 99.999% of business is mindset. And I know there's other people, and I know you're probably gonna reference some people you're gonna get who I'm, hinting at, but you're not just gonna force your way through. You're not just gonna force your way to 10K a month. That's not the case. You need to become a $10,000 a month person. So for the sake of this video, we're gonna treat $0 a month and $5,000 a month at the exact same level, okay? Even though they're different, sure they're different, at the end of the day, especially in today's economy, if you're making $0 a month or making 5K a month, it's practically the exact same, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna treat it as such. How do you actually hit our goal of this video, which is $10,000 a month? Simple. You need to become a 10K a month person. Now, I know it's super easy to say that, but Smith, what does becoming a 10K a month person actually consist of? What does it mean? What do I need to do? How do I need to, break this down? Which I'll do for you right now. I want you guys to break this down, okay? Because at the end of the day, we aren't the highest version of ourselves. We are the lowest version of ourselves that we can accept. I'm going to repeat that because it's very important. We aren't the highest version of ourselves. We are the lowest version of ourselves that we can possibly accept. So you aren't the peak upper echelon of what you can possibly, nobody is their full potential, which is why we keep going and keep working and keep pushing. We are the least version of ourselves, the lowest version that we can actually accept, right? So it's all about increasing standards and becoming a 10K a month person. So I'm gonna draw this here. Here's your standard, right? You have a baseline standard, and then you have the standard you wanna be. So you're here because you're okay with it. That's your baseline standard. At the end of the day, you can't necessarily do a whole lot about that opposed to just raising your standard, right? Realistically, you aren't where you want to be. You are where you are. And then once you are there, you're going to have to go. Nobody is where they want to be. I'm not where I want. If I was where I wanted to be, I wouldn't be recording this video, would I? So 10K a month. How do you actually become a 10K a month person? You need to break this down through your inputs. You need to become he who can. So really break this down and understand, okay? It's a version, it's an evolved avatar, it's an evolved identity, an evolved version of self. So how many hours does this evolved version of you sleep? What music does he listen to? How many hours does he sleep? What podcasts does he listen to? What friends? What's your social circle like? What YouTube videos, what YouTubers do you watch? What foods do you eat? When do you go to the gym? How often do you go to the gym? I want you to break this down to the temperature of the water that this version of you drinks in the morning. This needs to be specific, okay? I want you guys to break this down, okay? Let me ask you guys all a question. Do you think you are able to hit 10K a month, okay? In your current self, do you think you're capable of hitting it? If you said yes and you're not at 10K a month, I'm sorry, but the answer is no. Because at the end of the day, this is a hard pill to swallow, but if you could be, then you would be. It's very simple. If you could be, then you would be. You all can, but you need to become the person who can. It's in your abilities, just not yet. I want you guys to break this down. You know you have the possibilities to. So if I put a gun to your head, here's you, and you're sad because this is me, and I'm Mr. Smith Reese here, angry, and I'm smiling, and guess what I have, actually? Guess what I have? This is the best drawing of a gun I can basically produce. So deal with it. So here's my gun. Let me put a switch on it too. So here's my gun, and I'm pointing it at your head. If I sat here and I told you, yo, hit 10K a month or I'm going to shoot you in the head, you're gonna start crying, but you'd pick up the fucking keyboard. You start calling, you start working, you do whatever you fucking had to do to hit 10K a month. Realistically, come on, right? So you all know you can. That's an M. You all know you can. Okay? You just need to fucking do it. We all know what's in our capabilities, any human being, because at the end of the day, I want you to understand, realistically, there is a very, 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 very high contingent of people, or a very small contingent of people that are high IQ, intellect, really super genius intellectuals, and that just comes down to genetics. But at the end of the day, any normal person can get fucking rich. I'm a normal ass guy. I was fucking, I'm a normal dude. I happen to figure it out. Now, obviously, I'm not normal for the life I live and the things I know, but at the end of the day, I was a normal guy. I just became he who can. Now, the thing is that we all can. We can all hit 10K a month, but what does it break down to, okay? This is going to be one of the most important things you're going to believe. Okay, sorry, I just want to make sure I'm spelling right. I dropped out of high school. So I want you guys to break down, and I want you to remember this term, belief systems. What is a belief system? A belief system is your fundamental, the fundamentals on how you think, right? Your thought processes, your decision making, your perspective on life, etc. Now, every single person has a different set of belief systems due to the fact that they've lived a different life, right? Every single person is living through a little bubble. They're living through a biased bubble of perceptions, frameworks, thought processes, decision making. Everybody is in a little bubble. I'm in a little bubble because I've only lived one life. I've lived only my life, 18 years of it, okay? At the end of the day, I want you guys to break down. Everybody, it is their first time living. Even your parents, even your it is your first time living. So at the end of the day, everybody has biased belief systems. Everybody lives in a little bubble. So realistically, why do you think the things you think? Not because you want to think them, they're a result of inputs. What are inputs? Inputs are essentially everything that forms you, okay? You can program yourself. Oh shit, I dropped my marker. You can program yourself through inputs. So you are where you are because of your inputs, okay? Inputs. I'm gonna put this on the board. Inputs. This video right here is an input. The music you listen to is an input. The people you talk to, the things that you do, the places that you go, the food that you eat, they are all inputs. So you are exactly where you are because you deserve to be there because of your inputs. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, I want everybody to break down what are my inputs. So let me break this down. Let me do it. Here's your goal, okay? Let's just say your goal is money, okay? Here's 10K a month. 10K a month. Here's 10K a month. That's your goal. And here's you, but you're not there yet. I want you guys to break down and identify two sets of things, okay? What are my good inputs and what are my bad inputs? And I want you to write these down. Maybe you waking up, you going to the gym, a guy you meet at the gym, maybe one person at your school is great, maybe your dad's good, but maybe your mom says some contradicting things to the business you're trying to start. Negative people, maybe two of your friends are bad people, maybe you listen to some bad podcasts, some negative music, this, that, okay? Now what I want you to do, you can pause this video. The whole point of this video is for you to have a notebook out and actually, do the things that I'm doing on the board, okay? So, once you've identified these negative inputs, get rid of them. Simple. If it's not catering to your fucking goal, why have it in your life? Get rid of this shit. Your entire life should be towards these positive inputs. I draw my eraser. They should only be towards these positive inputs. You should cater everything in your life towards your goal. Now, you know what we call this? We call this programming. Programming. You can program yourself. Like I said, you are where you are because of your belief systems, and your belief systems are formed by your inputs. So programming. What is programming? This is me. I'm programming, here. Okay, news. What do they call it? Because this is crazy. You know what they call it for your nightly programming, your daily programming. Every single person who watches the news, they're being programmed. Every piece of, input you have, music, anything, it is programming. So by, optimizing your inputs and catering it all towards X goal, you are essentially programming yourself to do nothing but achieve a fucking goal. Realistically, think of Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant would watch basketball, he'd play basketball. All he would think, and if he's not playing basketball, he's thinking about playing basketball, or he's planning to play basketball, he's eating to play basketball. That's all he did. So of course he's the GOAT, rest in peace. But of course he's the GOAT, because all he wanted to do, everything in his life was catered to a specific goal. I'm not gonna sit here and say 10K a month is fucking easy. It is by far the most mentally and physically strenuous thing you are ever going to do in your entire life. I'm not gonna sit here and say, hitting 10K a month is easy. You just gotta buy the fucking course subscription. It's hard. It is the hardest thing. Going from 0 to 10K is gonna be way harder from going to 10 to 30. Understand this. Your beliefs, okay, they cannot conflict with your actions, okay? Let me tell you guys something, okay? If you believe something is true, you are going to behave as if it is true. And the thing about beliefs is that psychologically, humans we seek to confirm them. So if I believe something is true, I'm going to do everything in my power to prove myself right. Humans are very... We don't like experiencing emotional discomfort whatsoever. That's the least thing that we want to do. We don't want to feel bad about ourselves, and especially we don't want to feel wrong. Even if nobody's watching, just fundamentally, we don't want to feel wrong. So if you go into this whole online business stuff as, it's not going to work, it's going to, it's this, is that, you're going to behave as if it is true, and you're going to seek to confirm it. So the website you make is going to be bad. Your outreach is going to be mid. Does that make sense? If I go and I try and go to the gym and I try and hit, like, if I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna hit this, bro. Don't try and get me to do this PR. I'm not gonna hit it. I'm gonna have a significantly lower chance of hitting this PR opposed to if I was in there like, I'm gonna hit this shit. Give me some pre, let's go. Right? Does that make sense? So the thing about beliefs is that we seek to confirm them. And I want you guys to understand that the moment you change your beliefs, that's the moment your life changes. Your beliefs cannot conflict with your actions. So if you believe something is true, but you're not behaving as if it is true, then it's just it's fuzz. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even, why even like care at that point? So if you believe that, let me break this down. If you believe that somebody who's successful wakes up at 5 a.m. and you wake up at 7 a.m., you can do one of two things. Either A, wake up at 5 a.m., or B, crush that belief and believe that, you're gonna be successful, and the fact that you waking up whatever time does really differentiate you from somebody who's not successful. Does that make sense? So, at the end of the day, your beliefs cannot conflict with your actions. Remember that. Pain equals progress. Please remember this. Pain equals progress. If you need to optimize your life for pain, do painful shit. Work, go to the gym, cold plunge, sauna, wake up at 5 a.m., run in the mornings. I'm gonna be honest, I woke up at 8:30 a.m. today because look at this freaking place. I'm gonna do whatever I want. But at the end of the day, if you are starting out, you need to optimize your life for pain. Not only so you can prove yourself to yourself, because at the end of the day, most people are like, oh, I'm not confident. You wanna know the secrets to confidence? Just do hard shit. Prove yourself to yourself. Of course you're not confident. You're not in shape. You're not rich. You don't have anything going for your life. No shit, you're not confident. Does that make sense? You want to optimize your life for pain. Pain equals progress. So what is pain? Okay? At the end of the day, you need to do everything painful. And the thing is that you're attaching too much resistance to a specific task. So, of course, everything is going to be pain, but pain is progress because pain is fulfilling, right? If you're going through anything painful, if your grandma died, your dad died, your mother got in a car accident, your girlfriend cheated on you, you broke up with her, maybe your friend committed suicide. I know that's hard, but at the end of the day, every single bad thing that happens to you, because it's all about perspective, it's framing. It's framing. It really is framing. Things are only good or bad in the time horizon in which you view it in. I'm going to tell you guys a story right now. So, there was a little boy, and he lives in a village, okay? And we're going to do month 1, month 2, month 3, month 3. Okay, let me erase that with my finger. So, month 1, month 2, month 3, we're going to separate this. So, first month, this boy goes out into the village, and he finds, a horse, and he comes back, he brings it back to his grandfather on the farm. He's like, oh my God, that's a good thing. I'm gonna do checks and X's. Oh my God, that's a fantastic thing. This is great. He found a horse, this is great. He falls off the horse and he breaks his arm. Oh my God, everyone's like, that's the worst thing ever. It's terrible, it's the worst thing ever. Then, 2 weeks later, the army comes around, they're scouting for the next war, but he can't go and he doesn't get drafted because his arm's broken. Everyone's like, wow, it's the most fantastic thing ever. You're so lucky, Do you see what I'm trying to get at? Nothing is good or bad. Things are only good or bad in the time horizon in which you view it in. So you could have cut off at month 1 and be like, oh, that's great. You could have cut off at month 2 and be like, oh, it sucks. You could have cut off month 3 and be like, oh, that's great. And then you could do a whole nother month 4 where this kid you know, his arm is broken, so he goes to the hospital, and there's an epidemic outbreak, and due to the fact that he's at the hospital, he gets fucking sick and he dies. You see what I'm saying? Nothing is good or bad. Things are only good or bad in the time horizon in which you view it in. So you need to really break that down. Pain is progress. And the thing is that most of you guys are attaching too much mental resistance to the tasks at hand. You need to really dumb it down, right? At the end of the day, what's me recording this video? Okay, I don't want to sit here. I plan on making this video as long as I possibly can, the most valuable I possibly can, and it's like almost 11 p.m. at night, but I'm sitting here doing it. You know why? Because I didn't sit there and I wasn't like, oh, it's gonna take a while and I gotta do this and I gotta talk and I gotta no water and I haven't eaten anything pretty much since this morning. I only had a little bit of fruit. I'm not gonna sit here and complain because at the end of the day, it is a privilege to do this, but also there's not much to do. I just gotta sit here, talk to the camera, boom. Simplifying everything. Most people, the reason why they think everything's so hard is because they attach too much mental resistance to the task at hand. Oh, I gotta go to the gym. What is the gym? Just boom, done. Now you're jacked, okay? Realistically, it doesn't make that sense. Like, oh, I gotta go to the sauna. Just sit down. The fact that people, bro, people are like, I'm struggling to meditate. Like, what do you mean? You're sitting down. What do you mean you struggle to meditate? Just sit the fuck down and don't move. Is that the hard? It's insane. Business, we're gonna kind of move over to like more business stuff now. And I still do think that making money is like 90% mindset. Because I didn't get to 75K, almost $80,000 a month by just forcing it down the universe's throat, okay? I want you guys to understand it took a lot of mindset and self-work, okay? Here's the vehicle, let me do this for you guys, okay? Here's a car, and here's this, okay? I want you guys to break this down. This is you, okay? And here's a road. At the end of the road is money. Money, 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 like Mr. Krabs, okay? But this is you. You. Here's you. Business is the perfect vehicle. Okay, I'm just gonna write business. Business is the perfect vehicle for business is the perfect vehicle for self-development, okay? At the end of the day, you don't have business problems, you have personal problems that reflect in your business, okay? If things aren't getting done on time, it's not your business's fault, it's your fault. Because chances are, you don't get stuff done on time as an individual. That's the name of the game. Business is the perfect vehicle for self-development, okay? Because when you grow, your business grows, and when your business grows, you make more money. And that's the name of the game. I don't sit here thinking about, oh guys, you know, team, we should change the funnel. Like obviously there's calls like that where we do systems and set things up, but it's like 90% of my business growth and scaling my business has strictly just been work on myself and my beliefs and my fundamentals. It's not gonna be some funnel change that's gonna hit me to 100K a month, okay? It's videos like this and doing the work, but it's also fundamental self-work that's going to get me to 100K a month. It's strictly that, okay? Business is like driving a car at night. So here's a windy road, and here's your little car at the bottom, and here's your headlights. So I'm gonna do that. Here's your headlights. You can only see this far ahead of you, so if you're focused on what's going on 2 miles ahead, you're gonna wrap yourself around a fucking tree. You're gonna fucking crash, you're gonna spin out, and you're gonna hit a single mother with her 2 children in the back, and you're gonna be in jail for the rest of your life, okay? So if you don't wanna be in jail for the rest of your life, focus on what's going on a week ahead. I see so many entrepreneurs that are fucking entrepreneurs that are broke, and they're talking about 6-year plans, 3-year plan, 5-year plan. What do you mean a 5-year plan, bro? You're poor. You're not making a dime. Fuck are you talking about a 5-year plan? I'm fucking at almost 80K a month, and I don't even know what I'm doing next week. I know my non-negotiables, but that's it. I woke up this morning, you know what? I was like, fuck it. Let's get this file, let's record a video. Boom, done, solved, okay? I'm not out here fucking planning. I don't plan shit. I call up, boom, oh, client's flying out to fucking LA. Oh, boom, helicopter tour, get a villa, boom, solved. We're chilling, right? So you don't plan shit. Stop planning, okay? I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. This is a term that I like, okay? You guys are stuck in a term called analysis paralysis. You are constantly planning, you are analyzing, you are planning. No amount of planning is going to prevent failure. I want you to understand that. No amount of planning, no amount of thinking is going to prevent the failure of executing. Because experience and failure is the biggest teacher. I want you guys, your first try is not gonna go. I see people like, I'm gonna get this big business move, I'm gonna get this LLC, I'm gonna set this up, and I'm gonna hire this guy and this guy. These people will be $50,000 in the drain to start a business. And I'm gonna sit here with a client of mine who spent 50 bucks, who bought a domain off the rip and is starting. This dude's 50K in the drain for 3 months, 4 months, he hasn't done shit, and my client's already at 10K a month. Are you stupid? Because you're planning. Fuck planning, start doing. If you're watching this video, your life isn't hard. If you're watching this video, your life is not hard. There are over 1 billion people on the earth that don't have access to clean water. 1 billion. And you're one of the lucky few fucking people that's probably sitting in the comfort of your own house or apartment or whatever on an iPhone or an Android with internet and Wi-Fi that can watch video. If you have time to watch fucking videos on the internet, you are lucky. Please understand that. You are lucky. You are one lucky motherfucker. So stop thinking your life is hard. Because there's people out there that go to walk fucking 3 miles in the morning just to get water. Your life isn't fucking hard. And once you understand that, you're like, damn. And I get, okay, people have, it's a privilege to be where you are. But not only that, you get to do this business stuff. You get to do it. It is not hard. It is not a fucking burden. It is not a pain. It is a fucking privilege. So stop acting like it's hard. You can't expect to, oh, I'm going to go to boxing class. I'm going to fucking become the, and then be like, oh, why are you hitting me? Are you stupid? What are you talking about? You cannot sign up to a boxing class and complain when you get punched in the fucking face. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why would you sign up to a boxing class and complain when you get hit in the face? That's what you need. So if you're gonna complain about a failure opposed to doing post-analysis, okay, people just fail and then they go and fail again. It doesn't make sense, okay? 1 plus 2 doesn't equal 1, okay? So if you get 1 and you're not happy with 1 and you don't break down, if you're just gonna look at this and then keep doing the same equation, you're gonna keep getting fucking 1. So if I get 1, which is failing, and it's not correct, I'm not gonna break down and keep doing the same shit. I can't expect to do the same equation. I can't do the same shit and get a different result. Old keys won't open new doors. So you know what I gotta do? I gotta fix the process. Okay, maybe 1 plus 2 doesn't equal, maybe I gotta do 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, so I changed this and boom, got the right result. You know why? Because I changed and I did post-analysis. People don't understand. If you failed, you need to analyze and reflect why you failed. It doesn't make sense to fail and try again using the same strategy. It doesn't take time to make decisions, it takes information to make decisions. So here's you, here's water, and here you have a stack of rocks. Okay, here's a bunch of rocks. And essentially, you want to know how shallow the water is in order for you to jump. So you know what you do? You throw a rock down, boom. You see, you count how long it gets to the bottom, okay? Boom, 4 seconds. That's good. That's really deep, so I can jump. Well, you know what? I'm gonna throw another rock just to make sure. You throw another rock, boom, done, 4 seconds. All right, so this is definitely deep enough to jump. You know what though? I'm gonna keep throwing rocks though, cause maybe. Are you stupid? Does that make sense? You're just wasting rocks. You're wasting rocks and you're wasting time at that point. You have the information to make a decision, so jump. You know it's deep enough, so jump. And that's what most of you guys are doing with business, okay? You have the information to make the decision. It's not gonna take time, it takes the information. If you have the access to the information, then make the decision. It's that simple, okay? Let me write this down. Utility delta. I want you guys to understand what utility delta is. So there's 2 ways and 2 routes you can go about making money. This is very generic, but Sam Altman and Elon Musk talked about this. You have 2 different ways to make money with utility delta. You can either solve a large problem for a small number of people at a small scale, or you can solve a small problem for a large number of people at a large scale, okay? What is this one? Think about Bluetooth, airplane mode, a little chip in your iPhone, maybe a cap on a water bottle that just fits better, okay? For this one, think about like the best prosthetic leg for Army veterans in the United States, right? So you're definitely gonna be paid a lot more and you're gonna be able to charge a lot more with this one because it helps a lot of people. It's very specific, right? This one you can still get paid a shit ton of money for, but you're not gonna get as high margins. Does that make sense? The more you niche down, the more money you make, yada, 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 heard it all. Understand that volume negates luck, okay? Volume over luck any day. I spelled luck wrong. Volume over luck any day. So here's a slot machine. Imagine you're in Vegas and you go up to the slot machine and you have, you want to get 777, you want to get the jackpot, right? So there's two guys. One guy is by far the luckiest motherfucker on earth. He is just the greatest gambler of all time, whatever. He's the luckiest dude with a big smug smile on his face. He only has 50 tries. He's the luckiest guy on earth. And you have infinite tries, you get to play for free, whatever. Who do you think is going to hit the jackpot? Not this guy, because I don't care how lucky you are, it is not a guaranteed jackpot. Volume negates luck. So with every business you try, with every social media video you post, with every YouTube video, with every person you talk to, every person you meet, everything that you try ever, it is always going to outbeat luck. Volume is going to always outperform luck with no matter what you are doing, okay? You have infinite spins on this fucking slot machine. So if you spun it could take you 1 billion times. You could be the most unlucky person ever. You could spin this shit 1 trillion times. You're still guaranteed a jackpot because it's infinite. Oh shoot. Does that make sense? In order to hit 10K a month, I want you to understand, in order to hit 10K a month, you need to have 10K a month worth of skills, okay? Your income is capped in accordance to the complexity of problems that you can solve as an individual. I'm gonna say that again. Your income is capped in accordance to the complexity of problems that you can solve as an individual. So if you wanna hit 10K a month, you have to solve $10,000 a month worth of problems, okay? Let me put this into perspective. You get paid in accordance to your depth of understanding. Let me make this graph bigger. So here is your depth of understanding. The more we go down, the more money you make. Here's gonna do this. And the further we move on, the more, I'm gonna draw a little clock here, okay? The more boom time. Okay, boom, that's a clock, bear with me, whatever. That's a clock, that's money. So let's say most people go here. Okay, boom, done. Here, let's say is 6 months, here's 4 months, and then here's 2 months, okay? Most people, they're gonna try a bunch of stuff for 2 months. They're gonna do this business and this business and this business, or this strategy and this strategy and this strategy, and they're not gonna see results. Of course they're not gonna see results because they only gave it 2 months, okay? If you were to stick to something for a year, then of course you'd make more money, of course you'd see better results, because you'd be paid like somebody who's been doing something for a year. Most people quit here, and so they have most rudimentary, basic skills in this business, this field, whatever. It doesn't make sense. I've been doing this for 3 years straight, so of course I'm gonna be paid the money that I'm making. But if you start some shit for 2 months, and you give up after the 2 months, who the fuck do you think you are to complain and whine that you're not at 10K a month yet? Of course you're not at fucking 10K a month, because you didn't give that shit enough time, okay? It's anchoring bias, perception contrast. I want you guys to understand. Perception contrast. So there was a college study, and this really puts it in perspective, okay? So here's a guy, and here's 3 buckets, okay? This was a college study. I'm gonna bear with my drawings, but here's 3 buckets, okay? And one has hot water, one has room temperature water, and one has cold water. So he puts his left hand in the hot water, his right hand in the cold water, then he takes them both out, and he puts them both into the room temperature water. Now, he basically gets asked, okay, which one feels hot and which one feels cold? The room temperature water for his right hand for his right hand feels warm since it was in the cold water, and the room temperature water for his left hand feels cold because it was in the warm water. So it's the same temperature water, but in contrast to these previous settings, okay, this is anchoring bias, it feels different even though it's the exact same. Now, this is what e-com stores do. This is what we do with this is what we do with offers. This is what we do with everything. Okay, this is what people. I'll give you an example like real life retail. So here's a guy, and you walk in, and you're like, yo, I want to buy a hoodie, and basically he takes you to, triple price tag, very expensive, and it's a stupid hoodie, and it's way overpriced, but then the other guy takes you to another pretty overpriced shirt, and in contrast to the triple price tag, this double price tag doesn't seem so bad, even though it's overpriced. So due to the fact that he showed you this, he set that standard. You're not gonna think it's that bad. Even though it's that bad, you're not gonna think it's that bad because it's perception contrast. Here's a Warren Buffett quote that I think absolutely everybody should know, okay? It doesn't matter how hard you row, it matters what boat you're in. I want you to understand that. You can row as hard as you possibly can. Let's say you're stuck at sea. You can row as hard as you possibly can. If you are not in the right boat, if you are not in the right vehicle, you are not going to see results. It's that simple. If you aren't doing the right things, if you aren't in the right business model, and if you aren't with the right people, you're not going to see results. So it doesn't matter if you row, if your boat is just a shitty boat, you're not gonna get anywhere, okay? I wanna put this into a better perspective, okay? Here is a cargo ship. Let me do this. And let me draw, boom, boom, boom. Oh my God, I'm actually cooking right now. Boom, and then we got this, and we got, that's a good cargo ship. You guys can't lie, right? So here's a cargo ship. Now, I want you guys to break this down, okay? So the boat is your vehicle, and the cargo is your service. Actually, no, the boat's not your vehicle. Your boat is your delivery, okay? Your service delivery. Or any delivery, okay? So your boat's your delivery, your service is your cargo is your service. At the end of the day, if your service could be in demand, everybody could want it. Everybody could, be fiending to have your service. You could be selling water to, sorry to say this, but little thirsty African children. It doesn't matter if your service is in demand and people want it and people asking you for it. If your delivery is trash, it's not going to get there. Okay, I want you guys to understand, when it comes to business, it doesn't matter how good your marketing is. It doesn't matter how good you market it doesn't matter how many views you have, it is all about the product. It is all about the product. I don't care who you are, I don't care how good you can articulate yourself, I don't care if you have a Bugatti in the background, and I'm not trying to hint at anybody, that's just something that came to mind. I don't care what it is, if your product isn't good, not only are people not going to buy, people are going to refund, dispute. Okay, I want you to understand, if your product, the reason why I've never gotten a fucking refund for the shit I offer ever in my fucking life, you know why? Is because it's good. It's because I spent 5 months fucking making it, and then I let 5 people in for free, then another 5 people in, then 10 people, and I slowly progressively built it up, and I kept improving. If you were to ask me what my one main biggest insecurity is out of anything in my entire fucking life, you know what it would be? It would be that my service or my course materials, my value, my resources, anything is not valuable. That's the one thing that I will not fucking go to bed at night is if somebody says that. I will not be able to sleep at night. In business, results are guaranteed, but speed is not. I'm gonna say that again. Results are guaranteed, but speed is not. Like I said earlier, volume negates luck. If you just do, it is guaranteed. 1 + 1 is 2. Okay, the speed of how you get to 2 doesn't really matter, does it? This is something that, understand this, right? Where attention goes, money flows. I want you to understand that. Where attention goes, money flows. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, and I'm gonna open up about this. To all the guys in DRM, I'm gonna be basically, give you guys a rundown. So, during the Palestine stuff, I'm not on any political side whatsoever. I'm not on anybody's side. I'm gonna be honest, I'm super uneducated about that. I don't know a thing going on over there. Because to be quite frank, I don't have family out there, it doesn't really matter to me. I gotta focus on my stuff. I don't know a thing going on out there whatsoever. So, that being said, I sold print-on-demand Palestine merchandise. I sold Save Palestine flags, hoodies, shirts, keychains, whatever, okay? Because where attention goes, money flows, motherfucker. So I basically made a good amount of money in a short amount of time by basically taking advantage of all the attention going to something like this. Now, I know people in my community that did this with Trump. Okay, you can do this with Donald Trump. After he got shot, after that mug shot, you see all those looks maxing Trump shirts. You saw the one of people doing you saw all that stuff, but you didn't think to realize, wait, what is the philosophy behind this? People were making money off of that attention. Now, I know I'm gonna get a lot of people to hate me for this, but it's me being honest, okay? I know there's gonna be a lot of people like, oh, it's not morally right, you're taking advantage of this. I have no idea what's going on over there, and I'm not on anybody's side. I just saw an opportunity to capitalize, and I did. So, God forbid a brother runs a bag up. And at the end of the day, markets, like I was talking about attention, markets is all about positioning, right? So here, let's say you have a lemonade stand, and you're trying to sell some lemonade, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, nobody's gonna buy your stupid little lemonade. How is it? Lemonade, let's just pretend that says lemonade, okay? No one's gonna buy your stupid lemonade if it's freezing cold outside, right? And you're setting up to where there's no traffic, okay? Markets are all about positioning so and timing as well. So at the end of the day, no one's gonna buy your shit if nobody wants your shit. Okay, and it all comes down to positioning. So if you were to sell it on the busiest street corner where there's a lot of heads, a lot of people walking, yada yada, etc., then of course people are gonna buy it. Because not only are you in a place where there's a lot of foot traffic organically, but you're also it's in a time, a season, right? Summer, where everybody wants lemonade from you. So markets are 99% positioning. A good analogy, especially in business, is I want you guys, there's two separate people, and there's one I want you guys to be, okay? So you don't want to be the cheetah. I'm gonna draw a cheetah, and it's gonna be very bad drawing, so please bear with me. I don't want you to be the cheetah that chases after the gazelle and then gets tired after 30 seconds. I want you guys to be the spider that sets up in the corner, makes its web, and basically that web that he worked on for 2 weeks is going to feed him for the next 2 years, okay? And I want you guys to really understand that. Most people are the cheetahs. Most people are gonna chase after that quick stuff, and that quick stuff, even if they end up getting it, which is very rare, it's going to run out very quick. You wanna be stuck, you wanna be a spider, okay? You wanna build your net, you wanna build your network, you wanna build your business, your system, whatever it may be, your team, and you wanna make this web so unbelievably fantastic that it's going to feed, catch food, it's going to house you, it's going to do everything you fucking need it to do for the next 3 years. I want you guys to understand, if you're coming into this online money stuff thinking that it's easy and it's quick, you're so mistaken. And if you think, I'm sorry, but it's really not true. Okay, I want to put this in perspective. It's weird because there's a very fine line. It's not easy, and it's hard, but there's a way to kind of go about it, right? You don't want to say it's hard, because if you think it's hard, you're not going to do it, but you don't want it to be easy because it's not easy. So you want to kind of brace yourself and be on a middle ground of where you're not essentially thinking, you're just going in completely stupid, you're humbling yourself, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. The problem is, especially with people who are starting out, they're stuck in a gray area, right? So here's the gray area, and then here's, $0, and then here's obviously you're trying, but let's say here's 10K a month. Most people, they're stuck in this little gray area. Now, this gray area is where, you're not successful enough to hang out with the people you want to hang out with, but you're also not, you're still working on outgrowing these $0 a month, these broke, negative old friends. And this gray area is where most people give up, because at the end of the day, you're never tired when you're winning. Most people are going to give up and they're going to quit when they don't have any results in their business. When they're not making any money, they don't understand what's going on, they don't, of course you're going to quit if you're making no money. If I decided to hand you a business doing 10K a month, you'd have all the motivation in the entire world to work your ass off on that business, right? You're never tired when you're winning. And the truth about business, like I said earlier, results are guaranteed, but speed is not. You can't lose. You can't lose, okay? You cannot lose, you can only quit. I want you to understand that. This simple mental framework going into absolutely anything in your life is going to yield the highest returns. You cannot lose, you can only quit. Once you start making new money, you are going to have new money tendencies. I want you to understand that, okay? Money doesn't change who you are. It simply amplifies who you are as an individual, as a person, and psychologically, okay? Because at the end of the day, I could be a complete asshole with my money. And I know people that are, okay? Money does not change who you are. It simply amplifies who you are as an individual. I really want you guys to understand, because like I was saying earlier, there's much more fundamental stuff that goes into actually making money, okay? You can't just force yourself making 10K a month with business. It's also not just strictly a mindset game. It really comes down to the food you eat, the people you hang out with, and how consistent you are, okay? Because at the end of the day, you want to know what's more impressive? Somebody who consistently makes $100,000 a month for, let's say, 6 months straight versus somebody who makes $1 million a month for 1 month, okay? And that's the name of the game. It's consistency, because this guy, obviously, is gonna outpace this guy. Sure, this guy made $1 million. It's gonna take this guy, 10 months to catch up to this guy, but how is he gonna make that mill again? Okay, at the end of the day, it's consistency over that one big win. I really want you guys to understand that, because it's much more impressive if you can make 100K a month for 6, 7, 8 months. You can keep that consistently growing and scaling, opposed to making $1 million a month in January and then figuring out what the fuck you're gonna do for the rest of the year. Like I was talking about earlier, you need to completely rig your entire environment to whatever goal you want. You need to rig your environment so hard, okay? From the paintings you have, your wallpaper. Like, you're like, oh, why do people have their wallpapers as like a Bugatti or as like a Porsche or, 50K a month on their wallpaper? It's because they're rigging their environment. Subconsciously, everything that you do is going to be in relation to that goal, okay? In order to make money, you need to understand I'm just gonna write con and sub, okay? It's conscious and subconscious. You need to, sure you're conscious, but you need to tap into that subconscious, right? Like we were talking about earlier with the music you listen to, the podcast, videos like this, you need to tap into that subconscious mind because your conscious is basically right now. Your conscious is you watching this video, but your subconscious is your wallpaper, the things you're gonna do after this, the food you're eating maybe while watching this video, etc. Okay? I really want you guys to understand that because your subconscious is 10 times more powerful than your actual consciousness. When you're thinking, like me right now, there's so many things in my subconscious that are influencing how I'm speaking, the way that I'm articulating myself, the things that I'm going to do, the movements I'm going to make, and the way, the facial expressions, etc., right? There's so many things that are influencing my actions now, and that's my subconscious. So you need to completely rig your entire environment through the foods you eat. Okay, if you're eating shit food, you're not going to, and you're gonna, I know somebody gonna be like, oh, this guy does this, and you go, shut the fuck up. Do you want to be, if you wanted to optimize your life for money, okay, you would be lonely, fat, sad, pale, depressed, with acne, and a neck beard. But you'd be rich. But I don't deem that as success. So you know what? I could be a lot richer if I stopped going to the gym, stopped eating healthy, saved every single penny, and lived in a fucking shack, right? But it just wouldn't make sense, would it? So going back to the start of this video, when I say you want to hit 10K a month, you're not chasing this strictly monetary goal, you're chasing a character, okay? You're chasing an evolved avatar of yourself. You want to become he who can. So you don't think, oh, 10K a month. You want to become the 10K a month person. Oh, my eraser again. You want to become the guy that is capable of actually making $10,000 a month. It's that simple. You don't want to achieve a monetary goal. You don't want to strictly think of the financial gain. You want to think, who can I become? And what do I need to become in order to achieve this financial goal? So imagine here's a mountain, right? And here's you. If I were to if I were to inject you with a poison that guarantees that you die within 1 week, and you had to climb to the top of Mount freaking Everest to get this antidote, I guess that's what an antidote looks like. If you had to climb to the top of Mount Everest to get this antidote, I don't care if you broke your leg and you lost all your limbs and you were just a bouncing head, you would do anything in your power to get to that antidote. That's the name of the game, right? Most of you guys, you're on a deserted island and you're going for the low-hanging fruits. Let me put this boom boom. Aren't I just freaking the Picasso of the online business space? Right? So here's coconuts, here's you're sad because you're thirsty, and there's a low-hanging fruit here, okay? Now, this fruit right here, and this is why most people, they go eat cactuses or they drink seawater, okay? I'm not the type of dude to drink seawater. You know why? Because I'm not a bum. I'm also not stupid, but also I can wait, okay? So most people, this is this fruit. Sure, it's gonna hydrate you for a little bit, but it's gonna give you diarrhea, it's gonna make you vomit, and you're gonna lose all your hydration. You're gonna be even more dehydrated than you were before drinking this, okay? Now, most people, since it's so easy to get, they're gonna eat this fruit, and in turn, it's going to affect themselves, okay? They're gonna die, right? At the end of the day, if you were going to die of thirst, and there was no low-hanging fruit, and you had no other choice, you would do anything. You'd climb up that fucking tree, and you'd get those coconuts. Okay, at the end of the day, most people, they're looking through achievements and success and solutions to their problems through really quick, small shit. That's not the case. That's not going to get you absolutely anywhere with anything you want to do. When it comes down to business, competition or saturation is strictly a sign of life. Okay, saturation, competition, it is simply a sign of life and proof that it works. Here you have 2 ponds, and one pond is full of fish. So there's a bunch of fishermen outside, they're trying to go and they're casting all of them into it. And one pond has 0 fish. It is completely empty and there's no fishermen there. And you're gonna stumble upon, here's you, and you're stumbling upon both of these ponds, and you're like, yo, which one should I go to? You're mad confused, and you're like, what the heck? What should I do? Okay, at the end of the day, saturation, competition, it is a sign of life and it is a sign of proof that it works. If you were going to fish in any pond, you want to fish at the one that people are fishing at because clearly there's fish inside of that pond. But why would you fish at the pond that nobody's even at? Because the chances that you find some mystical magic pond that's going to give you some, spectacular new fish that no one's ever seen before is 0. Go to the pond with fish, because competition, saturation is a sign of life. The common saying that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income is bullshit. It is bullshit. Get that out of your head. It's retarded. The average millionaire who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Who's this person that told you the average millionaire has 7 streams of income? I know a lot of fucking millionaires, and all of them have 1, 2 maximum. That's it. The thing about habits, right? I'm gonna give you guys some habits, some fundamentals, right? The thing about habits is that humans are not like, you cannot attach yourself to the actions, okay? Humans are very pattern recognition creatures. That's how we are. Psychologically, fundamentally, we cannot change that. Biologically, we are very pattern-based creatures. So when it comes to habits, especially bad habits, you can't just quit. You can't just quit a habit cold turkey. You can't do that, okay? Instead, you need to adopt. Now, what do you mean adopt? You need to adopt new habits. So like hypothetically, let me draw it like this. So if I were to spend, here's my 24 hours in a day, right? If I were to spend this much of it, from this time to this time, if I were to spend this much, let's say playing video games, right? We're just gonna write VG. So if we're playing video games in this amount of time and I just quit, you know what I'm gonna have? I'm gonna have a completely new time slot open doing nothing. What am I gonna do? Twiddle my thumbs? Play with my dick? Like, no, this doesn't make sense. So in order, you cannot quit a habit cold turkey. You must substitute it, okay? So instead of playing video games, you know what? We're gonna substitute it with reading. Does that make sense? You can't just quit a bad habit. You have to substitute it, okay? Now, eventually, you can identify this with a million different things in your life, yada, yada, yada. You're 24 hours in a day. You're gonna break that down, and you need to optimize your day for good habits, okay? At the end of the day, every single human being has 24 hours in the day. It all comes down to how you use them. A weird paradox that 90% of people fall down is confidence kills action. Well, let me fix this. Okay, confidence kills action, in turn killing confidence. Does that make sense? So confidence kills action, in turn killing confidence. The moment somebody is going to hit 10K a month, they're going to get confident, they're going to think that they're the shit, and then it's going to kill their action, their motivation, whatever, and then their business is going to fail, and then their confidence is going to go down. Does that make sense? So every single hyper-achieving individual ever, they never think that they're good enough. They never think that they're at a point where they can relax, at a point where they can rest, at a point where they can chill. They never think that they are good enough, and that is the simple deciding factor of if they are successful or not. You need doubt. You need this doubt. You need doubt to haunt you like some ghost that can't leave you. You need doubt. It's all framing, it is all perspective. That's literally what life is, okay? In order to actually make money, you need to change who you are. That's the simplest way to put it. Please understand, because this is the biggest thing that most people don't understand in life, is free will. That's 3 L's, whoopsies. Free will. You can do anything. You can mold your life to whatever you want. Understand that. Like, look at where I'm at. I'm gonna break the 4th wall here and pick up the camera if I can not mess my stuff up. But look at where I'm at. I chose this. I can choose my reality. I chose to do this by myself, and I chose it. That's literally what it is. I just decided to make it. You can mold your reality like kinetic sand, like a Lego, like Play-Doh. And most people don't understand that. Most people, they're stuck in that victim mentality of thinking that life is happening to them. You need to happen to life before shit happens to you. Why are you going to wait for your mom to die, or your girlfriend to cheat on you, or your sister to get cancer, or some insanely terrible thing to happen for you to start taking fucking action? Why are you gonna wait for life to happen to you? You need to happen to life now. You need to get going now. You gotta start to fucking day. Does that make sense? People are sitting around waiting for bad shit to happen, okay? I work so if my fucking mom gets cancer, I can pay for everything and she's fine. Most of you guys, if your mom fell down the fucking stairs and got a hip injury, you would be in debt. You would not be able to pay a fucking dime of that. So stop waiting for shit like that to happen. The possibility of that happening and you not even being capable of fucking supporting her financially, that should be your motivation. You have to commit psychological suicide. I want you to break this down. Psychological suicide. You need to kill your current self and become this new version of you that is gonna make $10,000 a month, okay? Because if you're not capable of making $10,000 a month and you're not happy with where your life is and you think it's shit, you need to kill yourself. Psychologically, mentally, you need to kill yourself. You need to commit psychological suicide to become this $10,000 a month version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you were capable of making $10,000 a month, then you would be, but you're not. So you need to kill this current version of yourself to hit that goal. So guys, subscribe, like this video, follow my Instagram at RealSmithReese, subscribe to the newsletter down below. It's completely free. I'm giving out a bunch of sauce, and it's not some boring 8-paragraph BS that I'm gonna try and sell you up some value ladder and some retarded stuff. It's not that. If you wanna join my community, it's my school community, link's gonna be in the description as well. If you wanna work one-on-one with me, right? I've taken people to homeless to 7K a month, 0 to 10K a month in 30 days, 0 to $100,000 a month at 16 in 4 months. I've taken people, I've done a lot of stuff, okay? The case studies will be linked down below. You can go on my YouTube channel. I have interviews with these guys, full proof of everything, all that kind of stuff. Book a call down below. I really want you guys to leave this video with I hope I made you feel. I hope I gave you value, entertained you, but also made you feel. And if you're interested in watching, like, I guess my story whatsoever, like who I am, where I started, what I do, all that kind of stuff, it should be like linked at the top of my YouTube channel. There's like a 40-minute something video basically explaining everything. It's a little old. It's not old, but it's a couple months old, so it's not up to date, but it's pretty relevant. So I really want you guys to leave this video and really retain, right? If you need to go watch this video, go watch it back again in 1.5x, 2x, whatever you need to fit your little TikTok brain, go watch it back. This is by far, I'm telling you right now, the most valuable video you've ever watched in your entire life without a shadow of a doubt. Please understand that. Remember though, never lose God in the pursuit of money. Okay, you gotta keep, like, don't lose the guy who took you there. Don't leave, you always gotta leave with who came with you. I want you guys to remember that. So, thank you so much for watching. Seriously, thank you for giving me your time. I hope you were able to find this valuable. I hope I was able to be entertaining to some certain extent perhaps. And seriously, drop a sub, drop a like, turn on the notifications, maybe watch some other videos. I don't know, do whatever you want to do. Like I said, you have free will. It's up to you. You're exactly where you deserve to be in life. Like, no one's gonna dig you out of your hole. So if my YouTube channel is this, catalyst to success, then let me know. Like, I love getting DMs from people being like, yo, this video helped me out so much, yada, yada, da, da, da. Like, I love getting videos like that. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. I worked a lot on this video. As you can tell, I'm pretty exhausted, and I'm gonna go hit the hay. It's almost like 12, it's almost midnight now. So remember guys, Jesus loves you. Stay blessed. Peace.